us. Thank you to all the new subscribers. Really appreciate you. And today we're discussing Married at First Sight, Season 9, Episode number 6.
Yes.
Well, at this point, everybody's pretty much making their way back home from the honeymoon.
Mm-hmm.
Getting ready to try to see if they can settle in.
Real lifetime.
Real lifetime.
Real lifetime. Ready to get this started?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. We're going to go ahead and start off with Greg and Deonna. Once they get back, they actually go over to Deonna's townhome, and Greg meets her dog. I believe the dog name is Sandy.
Yeah, he's in a little cage.
Yeah, he was in this little kennel, and she was explaining to Greg that Sandy, is not used to men, so it may take her a minute to warm up. So she gave Greg a treat to give to her. And he was like, "Oh, okay, I can kind of see." Sandy's kind of like her mom. Yeah, take a minute, to get a little warmed up to me. So that was sweet. Yeah, and then the next day they ended up spending the night at her townhome, and the next day they went over to Greg's house.
Nice house.
Very nice. She was very impressed with Greg's house. And she kind of walked around, and they were just talking a little bit. Pastor Cal did come over and visit with them.
He did.
Yeah, and he was just asking them how was the honeymoon, how is the intimacy between them. And so Greg was like,
Taking it slow.
yes, not too much going on, a kiss maybe here and there. And so, he was like, she really doesn't like a lot of compliments and, things like that. Pastor Cal was just like, oh.
You have to let her know not to be afraid to loosen up a little bit.
Right.
And not to be afraid to open up.
Right.
Kind of, do a little bit of
show a little bit of affection. Yeah, to her
hold
husband.
Hands,
right.
touch a little bit.
Exactly. And Pastor Cal also, actually Deonna let Pastor Cal know. She said, yes, she is taking it slow, but she's trying to make sure she does like little things so that she is like still interested and she's not so distant or so non-affectionate that he's not interested in her. So she say little by little she's trying, to be more affectionate, just still getting used to being in a relationship, period, because we have to remember it's been 10 years as they told us. So
I think also Greg mentioned to Pastor Cal that she didn't take his compliments very well.
Right. Yeah, and Pastor Cal, he didn't really understand that. He was like, why? Why do you feel that way?
Everyone loves compliments.
Right. So, and I was talking
at some point.
I was talking about that. I was like, I know she said that she really doesn't, if she gets too many all at once, like back to back, she doesn't know how to receive them. So I was like, maybe she should return them. He gives her one, return it back, and maybe she can get used to it like that. But maybe it's just at her own pace. She did say give her a week, so we'll see what happens. Yeah, so pretty much after that, after Pastor Cal's visit, they're like moving now with season 9. They're moving all of the couples into one apartment complex.
It's different, it's new.
Right. So at this point, they really didn't have too much going on. They just pretty much packed up what they needed from their homes.
Checking each other places out.
Right. And now they're moving into their apartment, and next week we'll start actually living under one roof.
Yes.
All right, the next couple we're going to talk about, we'll go ahead and get Keith and Iris out the way.
Yes.
They didn't have too much going on. When they first get back, they actually spend the night at Keith's apartment. Right. And so, because they said it was late when they got back, so Iris said she was tired and she just kind of passed out, so she was so tired.
Right.
But the next day, she got up and kind of looked around and was a little curious about what's going on, and Keith, trying to get to know Keith a little bit better.
He was aware of it. He was cool with it.
Right.
But she did open up the drawer where it was a box of empty condoms, and she was kind of like, what's this about?
Right.
Yeah, but she did it smiling, though.
She did. She felt a little, she had a little jealousy going on, a little insecurity, just knowing that someone, had been with her husband she's never been. But, they talked about it. She understood, what happened in the past was the past. They've been married for 9 days, and now he's her husband. So they've been together since they've been married. So she had to let that go.
He took those on a trip in order to, because he didn't know who he was going to meet.
Right.
Yeah, he didn't know who he was going to meet, or, he just was trying to be safe.
Right. And still, she has to understand, She was not sexually active, but he was. So at least he had condoms. That's how I looked at it. But after that, they kind of that passed over. It wasn't really a big deal. She had to get over it. Like I said, it was her own insecurities and her jealousy that she had to deal with, and she handled it, and it was fine. Next, we went to her apartment, and he kind of saw how she was living and things like that. Pastor Cal came over and actually talked to them to find out how things were going with them. And they were like, oh, it's good. So far we're doing good. He was just like, what about the elephant in the room with her being a virgin? And Keith was like, yeah, I'm being patient. I want her to be comfortable with me as a husband more than anything. So,
Yeah. So that was really what he was making sure she was good.
right. And he kind of told them, like, they're adults and they're married. So don't let the sexual part be a big part in their relationship where they have to feel pressure like to do it or not to do it. Just go with their feelings.
Just go with the flow.
Yeah, just go with the feelings. If you feel it, good. If you don't, take your time. Don't feel pressure to do anything. So that was good. And like I said, all of them they packed up their little things. He saw kind of how Iris was living. She has little quirks and things she likes particularly done in the apartment, and he has his way of living, and so now it's just going to be a blending together.
Yeah, and at this point, Pastor Kyle, he's doing a great job.
Yeah, Pastor Cal, it was really good.
Yeah, so he's doing
It was really good.
Counseling.
Yeah. Next is Elizabeth and Jamie.
Yeah.
Elizabeth and Jamie, they get back. The first night they come back, they spend the night at Jamie's house, and he is so neat. He's very neat. Everything is in order. Everything is put up,
kitchen.
and everything is just so nice. And Elizabeth,
Even the refrigerator was clean.
Yeah, it was everything.
Elizabeth said she was so jealous that she couldn't wait to mess it up.
Yeah, she's something. She's different.
Special.
She's a little special.
Yeah. So anyway, that was funny. And go on to proceed with, she told Jamie, she said, now, you probably not going to understand this. I don't want you to be mad, but she took a glass from the counter and proceeded to use the refrigerator, water. She's filling it up. And I thought she's going to get a drink of water. And next thing you know, she put it on the floor for the dog to drink out of the glass.
Yeah, she has 2 dogs.
And Jamie said, this now, I'm going to have to get used to this. He said, this is a little extra.
Yeah, she has 2 dogs, and she call them her fur babies. And so they fit her personality. They were running around everywhere when Jamie went to visit her apartment, and he can tell. He was like, yeah, she really don't have a lot of stuff that match. She just has stuff kind of everywhere. She's different, and it fits. Her apartment fit her personality. And so when they moved into the new apartment together, she pulled the glass out, and she did the water of the dog thing, and Jamie was
cool though. I mean, he's not mad at all. He's not mad at all. So,
he's taking it all in. He's just enjoying right now.
Jamie. He really admires her. He likes her personality.
He does.
She's fun to him.
She is.
She's a lot of fun, but yeah, she has her special moments.
She does have some special moments.
Special moments.
Definitely.
I tell you this.
Yeah. Jamie was more like, hey, I have a cat, but on my cat, we have separate things. We have cat things and we have my things, and they never mix. So, that's a little different. But when Pastor Cal came to visit them, he was kind of asking them, like he was asking everybody, how things been going, how was the honeymoon? And so she kind of told them they had a few communication issues on the honeymoon, which goes back to them eating lunch separately and things like that. So he gave them a little exercise to do, just about being naked with their feelings and being emotionally transparent with each other when they have things going on. So that should help them out.
Drop everything and
just listen to your mate. Let them be vulnerable.
And that was a good lesson.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, he's doing a great job with the counseling.
He is.
It seemed like he's already read his notes before he even interviewed them and got down to the problem or the issues or whatever. But not really a whole lot of issues, but he knows how to solve them at this point.
Right.
Now, we're down to Matthew and Amber.
Yes. Matthew and Amber.
Yeah.
When they first get back, they go to, of course, Matt's friend house because he had just got back into town.
Yeah.
You know, and then he signed up. Yeah, he signed up for Married at First Sight, so he was living with a friend, and so they spent the night over there. The next day, they went to Amber's apartment.
Right.
And Pastor Cal came over and talked to them. He actually talked to them separately and then together. So we got a chance to see that. And so when he first talked to Amber, he was just like, how's it going? How's everything? She let him know that they had been intimate on the honeymoon.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, well, that's good.
She said she liked it was good.
Yeah, he's like, okay, so the physical is there. Y'all, she said, yes, the physical is there. And she said that she really expressed to him that she is really liking Matthew. And, you know, so Pastor Cal was like, well, that's good. Have you expressed that to him? And she really hasn't expressed that to him like that. Right. So, and I'm learning now that Amber has some insecurities herself. I know she keeps saying about her abandonment issues. And so that's beginning to come up a lot in, you know, in a scene.
Yeah, we can see that. We can see that because what happens is later on after Cal asks Matthew a few questions and he can see the insecurity that he has as far as his work because he's so used to just playing sports, you know, playing basketball. So he's not used to diving in something that's different. So he's trying to do a business venture right now with a friend, but he's very, let's just say, he's insecure about the situation. He's not sure if it's going to work.
Right.
And so he expressed that to her, but she told him, you know, the things that she would do in order to make him feel better, but it doesn't seem like it helped. Now, also with Matthew, what we were getting ready to get into when we was talking about Amber's insecurities, well, Matthew decides instead of sharing a bathroom with her, he's going to put his stuff in the hall bathroom. Right. Toothpaste, you know, his shaving stuff, his hair, his brush. And she's like, what are you doing?
Right. She's like, I'm not your roommate.
Why are you putting your stuff here? We're not sharing a bathroom together? And she's like, we're not roommates. She's like, you know, we're husband and wife, so what's going on?
Personally, I didn't think it was anything wrong with it. I thought it was okay.
He's saying, hey, I thought you would like the fact that you had your own space in your bathroom. Right. We got one sink in each bathroom, so he was really looking forward to that space. But Amber took it as she think he's trying to drift.
Right, because Matthew gives you that run, Forrest, run type attitude. Like, even when she went to his apartment, he was like, oh, I don't really have a lot of stuff to pack up. It's just me and clothes. So all I'm being able to bring to the apartment are clothes. So she was just kind of like, oh, that kind of worries her. And I understand with Matthew, I'm learning too that he has a fear of failure. Yeah. Especially with this new venture and becoming a new husband.
We don't know anything about his parents.
Right.
His parents don't know anything about the wedding at all.
And taking care of a new wife and just the pressure of that. So
mother or dad.
Right. And well, he did give us he gave her a little glimpse.
He gave her a picture of one of that, but I'm just saying, like, as far as them knowing, they don't know.
Yeah, it was kind of